Hey everyone, Luke here. Welcome to another episode of the Capital City Bourbon Show. It's a beautiful Friday here in Tallahassee, Florida. We're here, of course, at the one and only Market Square Liquors in Timberlane Road. Here with my good friends and Market Square Barrel team members, High Horse John Hill, Carl Acuff down there, and we're excited today to have the man, the myth, the legend behind the bar, Adam Hanley.
Thank you.
He's going to help us taste some big boy whiskey that we put together.
Sounds good.
So we decided to pull out some of our favorite barrel proof whiskey to try today. Maybe not such a great idea, middle of the afternoon, but we have the 2019 E.H. Taylor barrel proof, a favorite here. And we also have an Elijah Craig barrel proof, probably 2015. Okay, so they're both big, both high proof, both delicious. So we're gonna dive in and see what one comes out on top.
All right. You want to start with the Taylor?
Taylor's on the left.
First.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, we poured these a little bit early so
They've had
they
a
could
few
open
minutes to
up
breathe,
because
yeah.
they do need it.
So this is, I believe, 129.7 proof. Woo. So it's hot, but
It's nice.
Doesn't smell hot.
it does not smell hot.
But it's also had a couple of minutes to breathe if it was a fresh pour.
Get a little of that ethanol off there.
It's got an amazing nose. An amazing nose. I could sit up here and nose it for 30 minutes before I even took a drink out of it. Could you do that?
I think I could, John. Maybe 40 minutes.
You could hold back.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of patience. So.
Yeah, that's I always love Taylor whiskey. I mean, the whole line, in my opinion, is wonderful, but this barrel proof,
Yeah.
it got so much all around good bourbon, nose, palate, finish. I mean, it lingers.
Right.
I mean, I took a sip and I didn't even start talking about the nose because it's just so good. I get too excited.
But you know, wouldn't you love to be able to go up there and pick a barrel of Old Taylor? That's just something.
goodness, yeah.
I don't know of anyone that's picked a barrel of this, but man, it's delicious.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's got such a, the nose has a lot. It's got a little bit of spice, a little vanilla, and then the finish on it gives you, I don't think it's a high rye, but it's got a fairly rye-like finish on it.
Yeah.
So this is mash bill number 1, so it's their lower rye
Yeah.
mash bill. So I don't know if Buffalo Trace doesn't disclose it, but I've heard it's like 10 to 12% low on their low rye.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but
It's still more rye than some people, but yeah.
I get a few high notes on it for a barrel proof, almost like a little minty or some sort of a fruity type of a
Yeah,
taste.
little citrus in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
it's like
citrus than
spiced lemon in the
typical
middle.
fruit.
Yeah.
I like that, Adam.
spice lemon. That is a very good description. And it's for the proof though, for me it is not hot.
No,
No.
it's deceptively smooth.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's sweet and lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't, it's got some heat on it. But it's not like overpowering.
Yeah.
It's not one of those where you're like, oh, good Lord, what did I just put in my,
It doesn't hurt you going down.
Well, and the beauty of it is it's a sipper. I mean, you don't throw down half a jigger of this stuff.
If you do, you're not in my
bottoms up
ballpark.
type of stuff. This is an all-day sipper.
So you mean that's not what we're doing when we're done filming? I wasn't planning on taking either of these home. I thought we were going to kill them.
I was talking about the bar bill, but if we're going to do that, then that's a whole nother game.
Better call Uber.
I guess. Some of us are sleeping in the bar again.
Boy.
Again,
I mean, for the first time, obviously.
well, we've all slept a night or two
You
here.
know,
Well, needless to say, what is that going for on the shelf nowadays?
So I got that bottle for 100.
That's a good.
I think
deal.
that's close to
That's a
retail.
good price.
I've seen it 3-4 times that on the secondary.
I've been seeing single barrel lately for about 200, and that's
Yeah.
not the barrel proof.
That's crazy.
yeah, a friend of mine picked up a barrel proof when he was in Vegas, and he said he paid $380 for it, and I think it was a 2018. So yeah,
The barrel proof?
the barrel proof for $380, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Is the single barrel a barrel proof?
No, it's not at barrel strength.
I think the rest of them are all bonded at 100.
Yeah, that sounds right.
well, that was
That's
a way to start a little battle out here.
Yeah.
Saving a little for
Yeah,
dessert.
a little
Yeah, that's
comparison
high
there.
marks just in case.
So-
Leave that over there.
So the next one we got here is this 2015 Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. It's the old short stack bottle, which I personally love. This whiskey, if you can call it whiskey at this proof, this comes in at 139.8. So just shy of 140 proof, 70% alcohol.
Yeah.
it's the super heavyweight
Yeah,
of the
this
world.
is. I think John, you said this is the second highest proof they've ever done on the Elijah Craig.
Yeah, the big one, and they've got a name for the big one, but it's like 140.2. So we're talking about 0.4 of a point different. And this bourbon, when it first came out, 2013, we tasted it on the porch, and I remember Bledsoe and a few other of us were sitting around, and you never said, well, what's your favorite bourbon? Because there are probably 4 or 5 up there that you could name. But when this baby hit the glass, we said, we just found a favorite. Now, I don't,
even with it sitting open for a few minutes as we were getting everything ready, it still has a nose that's just, it's really bold.
Yep.
It's not hot, but it's got a lot of spice and a lot of strength to it.
Definitely has a stronger nose than the Taylor, I think.
Yeah,
139 proof. It's a little hot.
But I mean, it's had 5 or 6 minutes to breathe now.
I don't even know where to start with the nose though. That is so good.
A lot of heavy char, and you definitely get some of the dark brown sugar type of a
dark
taste
brown
on it.
sugar, some dark fruit.
And as with those earlier versions of this, which John and I have talked about before, having this, it hits your tongue and you're like, there's no way that label's right.
No,
because it's an amazing flavor, but it hits the tip of your tongue and it's not, there's no heavy burn. For being one of the biggest boys in the rounds of bourbon right now, it's shockingly smooth and tasty.
I'm going to put a drop of water in it.
Oh yeah.
Because frankly, I think with these higher proofs like that, a drop of water will open it up to a different
I almost get like
type
a
of
mint off the
approach.
middle of it. Anyone else?
Like that mentholyptus.
Yeah. You get any mint off of it, John?
Well, on my tongue.
Yeah. Really early on.
menthol.
Yep, a little bit of menthol.
I mean, but that's just so good.
It's good.
It's one of the few whiskeys that. Yeah, I'm a lawyer. I like to talk and I like to hear myself talk. That's just what we do. But this is one of the few whiskeys I've ever tried where I almost just don't want to say anything. It's that good.
So
I just want to spend my time enjoying it.
To be clear, when you're talking, that's free. But if you're listening, that's an hourly charge.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a little bit of water does kind of spring that guy open a little bit, and you're getting a little bit more of the popping of the flavors.
Yeah, it opens it up just a little bit.
It broadens it a lot.
Yeah, you get that on the nose too.
Yeah.
You really get a lot more out of it. Just a drop or two.
I'll be honest with you, of the Elijah Craigs, of the earlier Elijah Craigs that I've had a couple of them that I liked better than this one.
Okay.
This one may be a little bit more proof than I'm totally comfortable with, but some of the lower proof Elijah Craigs, 129.
Right.
Lower.
The lightweights in the 130s.
Yeah, the lightweights. Well, I get a little bit more chocolate brownness out of them than I'm getting out of this one.
Yeah, this one's a little drier and a little less desserty than some of those lower proofs.
I
That's a good assessment. I like that.
Yeah, I think one of those earlier ones was somewhere 133.
I don't think you hated it.
No.
He hated it so much he had to finish it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't hate it, but both of these are amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, that is. This might be, from my perspective, the hardest comparison we've ever done.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Because these are just both phenomenal, and you almost hate to try to even pick a favorite because you don't want to put one down.
Yeah.
The strange
That makes
thing is
sense.
putting a little water in that Elijah, to me, actually makes it hotter on the palate,
Interesting.
which is not what you would think at all. But I think it also changes the way it rolls over your tongue.
You get the sensation of the ethanol burn more that way. I got you.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't do to sit down and have 2 or 3 of those.
No.
I think we should definitely do that, John.
But it's good for washing your hands with as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm
Clean the counter.
Double duty.
Yep.
Yeah, if you are fearful of the coronavirus,
I would imagine
either one of these will do you just fine.
And it's probably going to be about the same price as hand sanitizer next
Yeah,
week.
with hand
Could be.
sanitizer going up in price on Amazon, I mean,
Exactly.
might be the budget way to go. Smells better too.
All right, does anyone want to put themselves out there and pick a favorite?
Well, the thing that amazes me is I've always said that the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has been my favorite bourbon. I just think it has so much going for it. That bottle of Old Taylor is spectacular.
It is.
And I'd certainly put it on a par with, if not even a little better than that particular bottle of Elijah Craig. In my opinion, I would almost never believe I would say that, but that's a great old Taylor.
To me, it's an easier sipping whiskey. It's got a lot of flavor, a lot of nose to it, but I mean, this Elijah Craig, that's one that you could spend a long time nosing it, just trying to pick apart all the different strands of flavor and taste in it.
And that's 12 years versus
8 to 9
8 to 9 years old. So it's been in the barrel a few more seasons.
It's got a lot going on with it. And it's good. I mean, it's excellent whiskey.
What do you think, Luke?
That's tough. You know, I've said it many times on the porch here. The Elijah Craig is, if I had to pick my favorite whiskey, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is it. And as good as that Taylor is, I got to throw my weight behind the Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so good.
It's kind of hard not to.
It's so good.
Delicious.
And I'll go with you because, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Taylor. But Elijah Craig series on these have all of them been really strong. They've all been
I haven't had a
great
bad
flavor.
No.
A little different, as John was saying. They've been a little different from batch to batch.
Adam, what do you think?
I gotta say, comparing two A-plus whiskeys to each other, you know, it's a point or two difference here or there. I'm gonna go with the Taylor, I think.
All right. We got a tie.
Side by side.
Look at
Yep,
that.
I'll go ahead and tie it back up. I like the long finish on the Taylor because it never really gets sour. It stays on your palate a really long time and never gets that like over oaked sourness to it. So I don't know. I think my money's on the Taylor, but just by a hair, by a point. So, but
I like over oak sourness.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it
That's
really.
a very apt description of some of the over oak.
Yeah, sometimes when you get the older whiskeys, they stay on your palate and they start to get that like almost like a toothpicky sour flavor on the end of them, and that Taylor just keeps going. It stays sweet, stays smooth, still has really good depth of flavor. So I like it.
The only thing I was disappointed with both of them is I just wasn't getting a lot of leather. And you know, that leather is what I'm looking for.
Let me bring you another Elijah Craig. Let me bring you the 140.2.
I'm sorry, I had to. I couldn't help myself.
Got a motorcycle.
Actually, on the Heaven Hill website, it described it as leather.
Did it?
Yes.
See? We're not completely crazy.
Well, and of course, today's Elijah bottle is one of John Hill's forgotten bottles that just turned up somewhere in some nook or
It was
cranny.
just
Who knows?
in a movie.
There's probably 3 dozen of them sitting somewhere in his house.
There's a case propping a door open somewhere that he forgot about.
Oh, John.
Got a sweater on top of it.
It was dusty as it could be.
Well, everyone, we have a tie. But you know what? Don't take our word for it. Come on down to Market Square. Both of these are on the bar.
That's good.
I can't say how long they're going to be on the bar with all of us being here, but they are there. So come taste them. Let us know what you think, and thank you for joining us as always. We'll see you next week with some other great tasting we're going to do. But happy drinking, everyone, and cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.